Who's listening? I don't mean who's listening to this video. I mean in your life. Who's truly listening to you? And maybe more importantly, are you listening? In a world that has become increasingly isolating, many of us have forgotten how to listen, and it's costing our mental and physical health, our lives, our relationships. And so take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and let's open our hearts and our ears, because in our noisy, busy world, listening is one of the most powerful tools in our toolbox. It's a superpower, and it can extend our life, deepen our connections, and even keep us aligned with our purpose, our passion, and prosperity. So let's start with listening to your body. Our bodies are amazing communicators. They whisper long before they start screaming at us, but whispers are only heard if we're paying attention. And as a physician, I have seen countless women over 50 miss those whispers because they were too busy, too distracted, or thought, oh, it's nothing. Let's take 3 examples that affect millions of women. First one, breast cancer. We're told to look for lumps, but early warning signs can be far more subtle, like skin changes, nipple discharge, a change in the shape of your breast, persistent pain that isn't part of your normal cycle. Listen to those signs can mean catching something early when it's more treatable. How about stroke? Sometimes before a major stroke, the body sends a warning sign called a TIA, or mini stroke. It could just affect your speech for a couple of minutes. One side of your face might feel weak. An arm can be a little numb. And if you dismiss it thinking, oh, I'm just tired, or I worked out too much, you might miss the chance to prevent something that is life-altering. Diabetes has an increased thirst, frequent bathroom trips, maybe weight loss, constant fatigue, or tingling in the feet. I've seen that a lot. It doesn't mean you're getting older. It's your body saying, please listen to me before this becomes serious. If we're too busy talking, scrolling, or rushing, we might miss these messages. And missing them can cost our health or our life. So let's talk about listening to others. That's a different type of listening to each other. And did you ever have the experience where you told a loved one something, but they have no memory of it? They're like, oh, you never said that. Or the other way around. Because we live in a time where social media and texting have replaced much of the real conversation and talk between each other, and we've stopped listening. We scroll, we text, we watch little bits of everything, but are we actually listening to what people are saying? I love the saying that God gives us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, to listen twice as much as we talk. But often when someone is speaking, we're not listening. We're either creating our response or thinking about what to make for dinner. And is that really listening? We're all guilty of this. It takes a retraining our brain to stay present in order to listen. In Croatia, where I'm living now, I've noticed something beautiful. People sit together for 1, 2, even 3 hours over coffee. No phones on the table, just talking and listening to each other. That's real connection. I know in the States when you go into a Starbucks, everyone is either picking up a coffee real quick to go to work, sitting at their computer, on their phone, and rarely do you see that type of conversation going on. Another example that really impacted me is Daisaku Ikeda, the leader of the Soka Gakkai, a Buddhist organization. He was known for listening with full presence, whether he was speaking to a world leader or a farmer or anyone. He called it the courage of listening, because it isn't always easy to listen to someone who may see the world very differently from you. But if you listen with genuine curiosity, you can connect even in disagreement. And sometimes listening doesn't even require words. Sitting in comfortable silence with someone you care about can be one of the deepest forms of connection. We don't always have to be talking. Our hearts actually put out a magnetic energy that touches people in a different way. Try that. Now let's talk about listening to your higher self. The last kind of listening, and maybe the rarest, is listening to our higher self. How often do you sit quietly, tapping into that deeper intelligence that exists inside each one of us? It's a kind of a compass that quietly points us towards what's right for us, but we can't hear it when we're moving so fast or filling every quiet moment with noise in front of the TV, podcasts, whatever, and letting our mind control us, rather than listening to the deeper voice. So meditation, journaling, walking in nature are ways that we can tune in. And think for a minute when you feel the most tuned in, the most connected. And we've all had those moments. I feel the most connected when I'm in the mountains. It just does something for me. My daughter needs to be near water. You might feel it in your garden, sunrise or sunset, or when you write down your thoughts on paper. One of the tools that I teach is heart math, because as I was saying, the heart has this powerful magnetic resonance. And when you connect your heart and brain, not only do you feel calmer, your mind slows down, but people around you can actually feel it too. It's called heart-brain coherence. And the electromagnetic field has been measured up to 5 feet around us. It's really a great way to calm yourself and connect with others around you without even talking. So when you live in that state, guided from inner listening, our choices, our relationships, and even our health come into alignment. We find ourselves happier, healthier, more prosperous when we're in this state. So who's listening? When we truly listen to our body, to each other, to our higher self, we catch those whispering warning signs early. We connect more deeply and live with more clarity and joy. So listening isn't a luxury. It's a way of life, and it might be the thing that saves your health, your relationships, and your sense of purpose. For optimal well-being over 45, join our holistic anti-aging sisterhood. The link is in the description. I'd love to listen to you, and be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so that you can learn more about holistic anti-aging. I'm gathering real stories about the power of listening, and I'd love to hear yours. Have you ever had a moment when truly listening to your body, to someone else, or to your higher self completely shifted something for you, your health, a relationship, or your life? Maybe it was a whisper from your body that led you to seek help in time, or a conversation with someone that you disagreed with that changed your perspective. Or maybe it was an inner knowing that woke you up to your purpose. Please share it in the comments, send me a DM, or email me privately. We'd like to use some of these stories to feature in our upcoming Who's Listening podcast, either as a short story or a full conversation, so others can be inspired by your experience. Listening is one of our greatest superpowers, and right now, the world needs powerful stories from women like you more than ever.